Joe Lake O'Brien, work as a partnerships executive at England Rugby, and studied a Masters in International Sports Management. I've been at England Rugby for a year and a half, working in the partnerships team, so partnerships, sponsorship, very similar, just different words for the same thing really. So in my current role, I work across 5 different partners or sponsors, delivering their rights on a match day, but also in the lead up to those match days. So delivering anything which they have in their contract. So that could be shoots with players, shoots with coaches, could be content plans, or it could be the match day pieces, whether that's hospitality, bringing somebody pitch side, it could be a mascot, it could be filming on the day. It's so varied, just a massive sort of combination, I think. I've always watched rugby, but I've been here once before I got the job. So yeah, walking in was a weird one. It was a week after a game, so England had played here against South Africa. The women's team had just lost in a World Cup final, so you could feel that sort of, off the back of 2 losses, you could feel that people, like the mood change. But then yeah, coming in here and like obviously it's an 80,000 seater stadium, it's bizarre saying that this is my office, but I guess going to Wembley for a year, you kind of get used to it as well. So I know some people, like, it can go either way. Some people are either really stressed and it sort of gets them. I just really enjoy it. Like, as a massive sports fan, I've been going to like football games since I was like 3-4 years old. To be able to be pitch side for like moments, like we were talking about sort of Marcus Smith's last minute drop goal, being pitch side and being able to see that from that level is unbelievable. Like I sit behind advertising boards for like the national anthem and things like that. It's just so weird. Like, it never becomes normal, but it's just the best. Weirdly, I was in a meeting earlier and we were literally discussing Saudi investment in sport, which I did a module pretty much on that, which was sort of ethics in sports. Can't remember the exact title of the module, but so much where you sort of carry it over. But it's also just those people skills and just being able to understand different people. So much of my role is keeping partners happy and keeping people happy. So sort of those skills of spending as much time as you do with people all from different backgrounds, all from different sports, just stand you in really good stead. So the best thing about working in sports is, as a massive sports fan, you get to come to like huge events for free, which is good fun. I know everyone sort of assumes it would be spending time with players or whatever else, but I think it's just being around it and sort of, you get to see the background of everything, and you tend to be a couple of months ahead of what comes out. From February of 2022, I did an internship with a partnership agency called the Value Exchange, working on rights holders such as like the Rugby League World Cup and selling sponsorships for them. From there, I got offered a 3-month fixed-term contract with Wimbledon. I was there from May until the August, which got extended on slightly. So I ended up staying until September. So I delivered a championships in the partnerships hospitality team at Wimbledon, which is an unbelievable experience, but like the most chaotic, like 2, 3, 4 weeks that I think I'll probably ever have. And then after that, I finished, wrote my dissertation and then ended up coming here sort of 3 months later. I was a partnerships coordinator for a year, which means working across all of our partners. So I think we've got 18 at the minute. I worked across all 18, and then got promoted just before Christmas into partnership exec. Honestly, I absolutely loved it. So like, I did an undergraduate in politics and economics, got to the end of it, realised I didn't want to do anything to do with that. People all have that same passion, so it's so much easier to sort of make friends. So I still live with 2 lads from the course that I did. So like that bond comes so much easier, but also like when I compare it to my undergraduate, if you'd asked any of my lecturers who I was, they wouldn't have a clue. Whereas I still speak to my lecturer every couple of weeks, every month. And like, I remember someone got to the Bell final that year, and the minute we scored the goal to get to the Bell final, I had a text from her saying like, "Oh, buzzing for you and Nick. Hopefully you can get tickets." So it's just completely different. I found guest speakers massively helpful. I still actually have a notes page with all the guest speakers and like the notes that I took while they were speaking. And I spoke about going to New York and Miami. There was certain speakers on that trip which were just unbelievable and sort of like still stick with you. There was one guy called Michael Shaw who spoke at Miami Marlins, who was just like incredible. Like, he looked around the room and everyone was just locked into him.